Hello, Lori Michelle, the Moshiach, here to answer a question for you today. In a world where everything comes to us free, why is everything so darned expensive? Inflation. Why is there so much inflation? The answer is clear to most of you, right? Inflation is due to all the problems in the world. First, it was the pandemic, and now it's the Houthis, right? Or it's Bidenflation, or it's someone else's fault. But have you ever really thought about how everything we receive in this world comes to us for free? The King of the universe, he's real. If you're watching this and you're watching this far, and you didn't just click away and think, oh, she's stupid. Well, you might do that anyway, even if you believe in God. But if you're listening this far, I'm going to explore with you how every single thing you receive in this world comes into this world for free. So why is it so expensive? Grass is free. Coffee beans are free. And that prompted this conversation this morning. I went to my coffee store because I can't buy chock full of nuts, the heavenly coffee that's really cheap in America. They don't have it here. So I buy fresh ground coffee, which is already more expensive. But during the pandemic, I had my first price hike. This was the pandemic. So it went up 10 shekel a kilo, which is about $2.50 to $3 a kilo. A kilo is about 2.2 pounds, something like that. A big hike after years of no hike at all. This morning I went in and the owner came up to me and said, Slicha, Kesef, the price went up. He doesn't speak much English. And he had a very apologetic face and he wanted to tell me why. Because of, and he's like waving his arms around, it's out of his control. And I said it in a word, Houthis. He said, yeah, it's the Houthis. So what does this mean? Why am I doing this? Not this guy, though. This guy, he's a good man. He didn't want to charge me more. In fact, he only charged me half of what his increase was. But he said the coffee beans have gone up in price because of the Houthis. They're blocking trade in the Red Sea and they can't get the coffee beans and they're stealing cargo ships and all that. It's the Houthis' fault. And I have to pay more for my coffee this morning. But why is everything so expensive? And the Houthis is just one more excuse. And I'm going to take my coffee man out of the equation because he's a good Israeli man working hard to make a living and passing along the increase. Because he went 5 years without increasing my price until the pandemic. Oh, give me money. I need more. But not you, right? You would never do that. But a lot of companies, a lot of merchants will use it as an excuse to price gouge. We know this. Eggs in America are ridiculously expensive. They have a problem here in Israel where they can't get too greedy on things like eggs and cheese, right? Dairy products. It's controlled by the government, the lame Marxist communists in Israel. He says, no. They're trying to keep the price down. In Israel, most of us are not very rich. We work hard. I don't. He says, I work harder than anyone, but I don't work for money. The king gives me money, and Baruch Hashem, I'm okay. I'm poor, though. So when these pandemics and these hooties and all these excuses, the Iranians are controlling the oil or this or that or the war in Ukraine and the wheat and and the prices go up. Do they go up commensurate with the increase of the cost? The King of the universe just said, absolutely not. So the reason that we're paying so much for everything, clothing, pens, water. Why does water cost money? Why does water, who came up with this idea? Free. There is nothing in this world that comes into this world from nothing that's in this world that costs us 1 shekel. Doesn't cost us anything. Do you realize that? Oh, you're stupid, Lori, because, you know, we have laborers and then we have to grow the wheat and we have to plow the wheat. And I'm not talking about commerce. I'm not talking about trade and commerce and societies and communities. And I understand we need to make a living and we work and we need to get paid. And it's the way society works. But 100 years ago, a pen probably cost a penny. And this pen, I don't even know what I paid for it. A couple of dollars for a pen. Greed on top of greed, on top of greed. And you will say, well, it's the Houthis' fault. It's Biden's fault. I can't stand that guy. We have to get him out of office because if we put the Republicans in charge, we're going to drill, baby, drill, and prices will come down and it'll all be wonderful prosperity again. And I'm going to ask you a question. You really believe that? He says, you really believe that? You're delusional. I'm not. No. What's going to make the prices come down? What's going to give everybody a dose of reality? Reality. Bubby's not the crazy one, people. I'm not the crazy one, I know. You think I'm the crazy one. No, I'm not the crazy one. What's going to give us a jolt of reality? Nuclear holocaust. Things are going to have to get really, really bad. They're just not bad. And I'm looking around the world and I'm saying, why isn't this bad enough for you? It's bad in Israel, but we kind of just go our way. And I went running this morning. I went to the gym and I bought coffee. What could be wrong? I had a magnificent breakfast. That's a topic also that I want to address with you, American people. You're being poisoned. The food in Israel tastes so much better. I truly am very worried for my American family. Your eggs are tasteless. Truly, your vegetables look gorgeous. They don't taste good. You're being poisoned. And so what else is happening? And this is about inflation. I'll get to it in a second. This is an expression they do in Israel. Wait a minute. Hold on. Patience. Look for this emoji on your phone. That's what it means. Your food tastes bad. They're putting stuff in your food so that it stays on the shelves longer. So what happens? You get sick. Or maybe you don't get sick, but eventually you'll get sick. Maybe you'll get cancer. People make a lot of money on cancer, by the way. The surgeons make money. Pharmaceutical companies make money. Everybody makes money. We're back to the money. It's very expensive to treat cancer. Very expensive, and healthcare costs a lot of money in America. Here, they took the profit out of being sick. I get calls all the time. Say what you will about communism or socialized medicine. They call me all the time to take this test, get mammogram. You got to go for this. You got to go for that. They want to keep me healthy. Why? They don't want to pay for me to be sick. In America, big money. And you might say, okay, yeah, well, that's a reason for inflation and all that, but I'm not part of that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not even a lawyer. I'm an accountant, for God's sakes. Lori, I'm not greedy. I want a cure for cancer. And the answer to that is in the Torah part 2, my book. It's somewhere in the boxing rounds. I give you an example of what life would be like if in one moment, every disease state is eliminated. Gone. No more cancer, no more. Magic pill, here it is. You want it? And I explain to you how you don't want it. Why? Because that magic pill that would cure illnesses and all these ailments would render you completely broke. Out of money, on the street, with your family, car repossessed, your house foreclosed. Still want the magic pill? No, you don't. So why is there so much darned inflation? Because all of you have it all wrong from hello. Hello, I am the Lord thy God. There is no other. He's the one. He brings it into being. It's fresh and it's free and it's clean. It doesn't have pollution and everything tastes yummy. And what do? You put stuff in it so it stays on the shelf longer. You put products on the shelves so that you can lose weight because you're too lazy to cut your calories and go for a run. Do you get my drift? It's called the evil inclination. Easy, easy, easy. You want it easy. And you don't want to listen to the truth because the truth smacks you in the face and it hurts, and I am not responsible. It's Joe Biden's fault. It's Donald Trump's fault. We cannot let him in office again. And where was I with this? I said, the Republicans say if we get Biden out of office, it'll all be okay and there won't be any inflation. Yeah. You're all wrong. There is a lesser of the evil, by the way, and I'm not going to address politics in this video, but inflation, things are expensive, and it all comes from the same place. And what place is that? Evil. Now, how does evil come into this world? Through you, through your mouth, through your choices, through your decisions. In every minute, you make a decision. So what's your decision right now, in this moment? Do you want to know where your power is? Yes. Well, I'm going to give you power right now to heal yourself, remove that muck from yourself, and heal the world. You want to heal the world? He just said no. No, period. A full sentence. No, you don't. You want someone else to do it. You want a guy on a donkey to show up. And oh my God, here we go again. Ain't no one going to show up and do this. And guess what? We have to do this. And I'm willing. I didn't create the mess. Well, he says so. I think I participate in this mess plenty. I throw garbage out. They don't recycle in Israel. It kills me every time I throw a bag of garbage out into the trash bin. Seriously, I'm participating in this nightmare. But I'm ready. I'm ready to get going and clean up the mess. So are you going to make a decision to use your power, clean your mess, and help everyone else do the same? This is how you start. You got to read it from the first page to the end. Do not skip around. There's a lot in this book. It starts with my story. I don't want to hear about you, but you need to hear how I got to Israel. I'm a New Jersey mom, and I'm in the Middle East in the middle of a war. And I talked to God. Crazy? He said, crazy good. I hope you listened this far. Should I give him a bonus prize? I had some visitors over Shabbos helping me believe in world redemption. They say it's real up in Shemayim. They're ready to party. You're not. Well, you are, but no, you're not. We have to do the work, and then we can all party. They're partying up there. They say redemption's going to happen, and something big's going to happen. He says it. They say it. I don't see it. And I had visitors. Are you ready for this? First, Gilda Radner. Rosanna Dana. I'm telling the truth. I could never make this up. She was so adorable. She was so excited. And then about a day later, her husband, Gene Wilder, visiting me, telling me it's going to happen. And while Gene Wilder was speaking to me, Gilda was in the background. She was all excited, screaming and yelling. I could hear her. I wish you would believe me, because the stuff that I get inside and in my third eye movies that he plays for me is so much more beautiful than this world, but not more beautiful than a few of you. You're my rock stars, and you've read this book several times over. We need some newbies. So go online, Amazon.com, make a choice, cure inflation, heal the world, and let's bring this redemption thing on. Prove it to me, people. He says it's real. He just said it. Yes, it is. God bless you. He says, I did it. I hope so.